Irashimasu, and welcome back. My name is Mizuchi Haruka, Blue Dragon Vtuber, and we are back in A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Micheal. Last time, we had an overview of the Valentine's Day event, and now we're on the decline to graduation. And last time we left off, Eris got a phone call, and we are about to learn about said phone call. Yes, Queen Slay. My energy's kind of weird because I'm still in the same session as yesterday, so hopefully I'll get over it. Hopefully I'll get over it. I'm also trying to pad myself to the first minute of the video. Alright. Where's my mouse? There it is. Out of nowhere, Eris had received a phone call. Her appearance when she answered was enough to tell me that something wasn't right. I waited for her to hang up and then immediately asked, what on earth was the matter, Eris? Eris? Her eyes were distant, as if she were looking somewhere far away. Eris, are you alright? I raised my voice somewhat out of concern and called out to her. When I did, she seemed to finally snap out of it. Oh, Suzuku, what? What? Who is the phone call from? Ah! Eris suddenly jumped to her feet without answering my question. She then began hurriedly gathering her things. I'm sorry, Suzuku. I need to go home now. Okay, how about you don't explain stuff to your girlfriend? Just tell me what's going on. It's so frustrating. Wait, Eris? There's no need to see me out. I'll see you later. Eris left the room before I could say anything to stop her. Eris? I hope she's alright. I hope she's not cheating on me. Something serious must have happened for her to suddenly pack up and leave like that. I have a very bad feeling about this. Boom, boom, boom. I wish she had at least told me who the call was from. She left without telling me anything. That just made me even more concerned. Surely, she'll tell me about it tomorrow. That was right. Once we saw each other at school tomorrow, she would surely tell me everything. That's what I told myself. I just need to hold out for one more day. And ironically, she won't show up to school. Bet. Surely by tomorrow it would be as if nothing happened. No doubt she would smile and say something like, sorry for running out like that yesterday, Shizuku. Yes, I'll simply wait until tomorrow. Man, I'm so nervous to record freaking stellarblade with what's going on right now. I'm like dropping frames suddenly. I mean, it's not as bad as it was before I did all my updates, but still, it's still happening. 1% is a lot in the grand scheme of things. And this isn't even a high processing game. This is a VN, it's like one picture after another. Hopefully it's just the startup lag of recording and stuff. Sorry, I probably shouldn't complain about this stuff on my videos, but it's just on my mind. However, I couldn't help but remember how pale her face looked. I couldn't help but feel a sense of anxiety welling up in my chest. It's just so random because like last week it worked fine, then all of a sudden today it's like, let's freak out. What? She's absent? Called it. The next day, Eris was nowhere to be seen. When I asked our homeroom teacher, she told me that Eris was absent today. According to her, the reason had to do with family issues, and at this point in the school year, senior students were free to attend at their discretion. There were many students absent, a number of them already enjoying early graduation trips. As a result, not many people were concerned by Eris's absence. I had a feeling this might happen. Hey, me too! It was possible she was just taking time off during a period when attendance was no longer compulsory. A part of me wanted to believe that. She did contact the school, so I'll wait a little longer. However, Eris was absent again the next day, and the day after that. Eris, you weren't at school again today. There were hardly any classes at this point, so school had been letting out early. I would leave early, but when I got home myself, all I could think about was Eris. Today I stayed in the library, killing time until the very end of the school day. I can hardly remember anything that I read, though. All the smut wasted because I can't see my own growth. I thought that perhaps it'd be better to try focusing my mind by practicing calligraphy. The way things are now, I'm not certain whether I can focus on anything. Shizuku-sama! Shizuku-sama! Out of nowhere, I heard a voice calling my name. I turned around to find Risa-san running towards me. What on earth had her in such a panic? Risa-san, who has achieved notoriety merely by being selected as one of the best couples. The girl was spreading at full force. It made her stand out so much that all surrounding attention was focused singularly on her. Even so, she ran straight up to me, not slowing down for even a second. I finally found you. I'm gonna fart. Sorry, running really gets me going. It's okay. I understand, I fart too. We can fart together then. Okay, let's stop. Let's relax. Relax our butts. Why is everyone in such a panic? You haven't been coming to the committee room lately, so... I'm sorry about that. I knew the events committee had been meeting after school as usual. I had been invited to join them, but with my concern over Eris, that had been the last thing on my mind. No need to apologize. There's something important I have to tell you, Shizuku-sama. Something to tell me? Yes, it's about Eris-sama. My heart jumped to my chest the moment of the mention of Eris's name. Have you heard something from Eris? I lost control of myself and grabbed her by the shoulders. Look and tell me! Shizuku-sama, I'm trying to tell you now, but please stop shaking me. I'm sorry, I was just so shocked. It's alright. 3 nights ago, I bumped into Eris by the train station. 3 nights ago? That was the day Eris received a phone call at my house. She said she was in a real hurry. We just happened to cross paths while I was out shopping, and she called out to me. She thought there was a message she wanted me to give you. A message? What did Eris say? Do we not have phones? I'm sorry this is so sudden, but I'm going back to my country. I'll come back right away, so please don't worry. That is what she told me. Eris went back to her country? Without me? What the fuck? She answered in another language. It must have been from her home country. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to tell you sooner. I forgot that the senior students were getting out of school early. I even went to your class yesterday, but there was already nobody left. So you actually went all the way to the old school building? Yes, normally I would have gone there first thing, but I was so busy that morning. That was right. Risa-san was not only on the best couples event committee, but she also was her class representative. Made a sense they must have had a lot of faith in her. Or she was a slave driver. Either one. She certainly had a lot of responsibilities on her shoulders. And she had still made such a desperate effort to find me. I'm really glad I was able to find you here. You're going home late today, aren't you? I was in the library. I had only gone to the events committee meeting instead. I might have learned about this information about Eris sooner. It was my fault for putting this burden on Risa-san. Well, I still have some things I need to do, so I need to be going. And with that, she headed back towards the school building. It seemed she had spotted me from the window and came running out to meet me. At full sprint. Full tilt. Thank you very much. I expressed my gratitude one last time as she walked away. And then I resumed walking. Eris had suddenly gone back to her country. I was deeply concerned about what might have happened, but I believed the message she left for me. I had no choice but to wait for her. Eris, please come back soon. I'm so lonely without you. Only just me and my hand, you know? Sucks. I want to see her smiling face again as soon as possible. And I really wanted us to fudge all over my bedroom. The Christmas event and the Valentine's event. The events committee duties should have been over, but at this point, Reina-sensei was requesting we act in the graduation ceremony as well. Despite the infrequency of activities, there was a lot going on in that classroom. The senior students awaiting graduation were free to excuse themselves, so said Reina-sensei. But it was impossible not to lend a hand with everyone else working so hard. That bird should not foul its nest before leaving. As the saying goes, this is the end, so we must complete our duties to perfection, now more than ever. Due to my lack of classes, I was able to go to the room and begin working earlier than everyone else. With Eris absent, I felt like I should work hard to make it up for her. As I was engaged in a staring contest with some documents, the door finally opened. Good day. Oh, Shizuku-sama, you're here early. You decided to see things through to the very end, I see. Yuna-san said with admiration, watching my efforts. Isn't this even harder on you two, being on the campus improvement committee at the same time as this? Our work there is nearly wrapped up. Yuna Oni-sama really is incredible. She's the world's greatest. There are a number of trivial duties that remain, but I've left those in the hands of the other members. Oh, is that really alright? It's fine. They'll manage somehow. Nanami and I can take over from there, so why don't you rest a bit, Shizuku-sama? She took the paperwork from my hands and giggled. As I took her up on her offer, I rested for a moment. The other members began to trickle in. Before long, the classroom was bustling. Bustling like my non-bustling bosom. I wonder if it would be better to make copies of these. We've exhausted our budget, so we should confirm. Maidens-sensei warned us about managing the schedule for that day. They're all so amazing. Everyone was making such a brisk progress. But suddenly, I noticed a number of people were missing. Did they perhaps go out shopping? I had just checked on our supplies yesterday, so it didn't seem like we were already be out of anything. Before long, the shopping brigade has returned. Welcome back. Did you bring what I requested? You bet we did, didn't we, Risi-chan? Yeah, my son is boiling in the water right now. You see, in that case, why don't we go ahead and clear some space on the table? They stopped their work and everyone started to clear off the table. What are you doing? Can you guys, keep me in the loop, please? We're taking a break. Everyone looked like they were approaching the point of exhaustion. Yes, I see what you mean. As soon as they had cleared the table, Mai-san and Ryo-san began lining up some coops. We're having tea today? We had held an impromptu tea parties in this room a number of times already. The drink served had simply been juice or black tea, though. However, today appeared to be authentic tea. Matcha. This is nice. Every now and then, tea cakes wouldn't be bad either. Risi-chan and I got those too. Eris pulled some delicious-looking daifuku and yokan from a bag. They were from a well-known Japanese sweet shop that I had patronized every now and then. Nothing's better than sweets when you're tired. You haven't worked hard enough to be tired yet. Thank you, Sarah. Well then, shall we begin? And so everyone began to drink their tea and eat the snacks. These are nice to have every once in a while. Yeah. Maya, you're not eating? I'm waiting for my tea to cool. It's hot as fuck. Just like me. Mia-chan, is your meow sensitive like a cat's? Why did you say meow? You can really taste the quality. Yes, the bean taste is quite exquisite. Shizuku-sama, what's the matter? Feeling like to eat sweets from your usual shop? No, it isn't that. Thank you for the snacks. Wow, how prissy if that was true. They're very delicious. The sweets were delicious as always, but thank you very much, I said in a quiet voice. Everyone was trying to cheer me up because of the situation with Eris. I heard that the campus improvement committee was producing the graduation album this year. Yuna-san and Nanami-san were incredibly busy, but they were still taking the time to be considerate of me. Green tea and Japanese sweets. They prepared these specifically because they knew I liked them. Ah, they were all so kind. Is it impossible to make authentic tea as good as you, Shizuku-sama? But this matcha isn't bad, is it? No, it goes very well with the yokan. Eris told me that she developed a liking for Japanese sweets since coming to Japan. If she were here right now, I'm sure she'd be enjoying this tea party. Why do I still couldn't stop thinking about Eris. I mean, she's your girlfriend. It's okay. It's okay to think about your girlfriend all the time. And you're, like, graduating, so there's really nothing else to think about, so, like, relax. Even though everyone was working so hard to raise my spirits, I wasn't sure if she had read my mind, but Ryo-san murmured, Eris will be back soon. She's helpless without you, Shizuku. Ryo-san. That's right, she'll be back before you know it. Ryo's the same way. She'd be totally helpless without me. That's not true. If you weren't here, I could go to the bathroom by myself, at least. Uh-huh. What's that? I can't quite hear you. Hi, you baka! Thank you, Ryo-san. That's right. They were right. Eris would be back as soon as possible. If I didn't have faith in Eris, then who else would? I don't know. Other friends? I'll come back right away, so please don't worry. That was the message she had left for me. I would have faith in her and wait. How about you guys two, like, get cell phones or something? But I guess she's in a different country, so it wouldn't really matter if they had phones or not. I don't know. What is this, 2008? SIM cards should have been still a thing. But ever since then, I haven't had any contact with her. It was getting to the point where I didn't know what I should do. I feel exhausted for some reason. I guess I'll just go to the toy store. It was lunchtime, and I was tired of staying in the classroom by myself, so I went to the central courtyard for a change of pace. It was cold, and the wind was incredibly chilly. If Eris were here, I was certain she would try to wrap her arms around me to warm me up. Fuck. Perhaps I should just go back to class. Come on, why'd it have to be like that? Is that voice my son? Upon hearing a familiar voice, I felt a sense of calm begin to surface. Yes, I should consult her yet again. If I did that, I might feel somewhat better. Maisa! I stepped out from the trees and began approaching her when I became aware of the presence of someone else. Ah, Ryo-san is with her as well. They seemed to be arguing over something as they ate lunch. I can't believe how much food you're having in the lunch. Leaving the lunch I made. Such a waste, Ryo. But, I'm full already. Ryo, were you snacking? No. And after I had already warned you not to ruin your lunch with snacks. Girls who do that don't get taken anywhere on their spring break. Why not? That should be obvious. You told me we'd go to a heated pool. I even bought a new swimsuit and everything. It's super skimpy. New swimsuit? It's not like I was being frivolous. My old one had gotten a little too small. Too small? Yeah, right. Well, if you're gonna make such a big fuss about it this time, I guess I can go ahead and take you. You mean it? Yes, once we get home today, you're gonna model that swimsuit for me. We'll have our own little Ryo-chan swimsuit fashion show. Why didn't they include that in the Ryo of My Son version story? Don't be stupid. I can't do something that embarrassing. Somehow, it seemed like it wouldn't be appropriate to interrupt. I quietly slipped away from them. My son and Ryo-san seemed very close. I mean, they're dating, so, you know. They had plans for spring break. I wasn't going on any post-graduation trips, but I wondered if I should go somewhere with Eris. I had been considering it up until recently. But that's totally out of the question at the moment. Watching my son and Ryo-san appearing to have so much fun made me even lonelier than I had been a moment ago. Ah, Eris. If only I could just hear her voice. Eris, I want to hear your voice. Eris, Shizuku-sama. I'm certain I'll just be a bother. I've been agonizing over the same thing for nearly an hour now. I was clutching my phone in front of me. Oh, they do have phones. Oh, I still haven't received any contact from Eris. Though maybe it's just because she's not on the international plan. Are you so busy that you don't even have time to contact me, Eris? If so, then it would certainly be untoward of me to reach out to her. But I wanted to hear her voice. However, I was certain it would be an inconvenience. I argued back and forth myself until finally, I will call her. She says if she's too busy, then I'll hang up immediately. With my heart pounding, I brought up Eris's number and pressed the call button. Huh? What's that noise? Oh, did she leave her phone? You dumb bitch. Eris' ringtone was coming from somewhere in the room. Where is that noise? Oh, the corner of my room, hidden behind some furniture. Eris's phone was on the floor. What is her phone doing here? Shit! I hadn't noticed it at all when I was cleaning the room. Oh, I suddenly remembered. When Eris rushed out of here, she had gathered up her things in such a hurry. She must have forgotten it then. Freaking Eris. Of course she hasn't contacted me without her phone. If I didn't have my own phone, I surely wouldn't have remembered her number either. Eris, I miss you. Please come back soon. I'm begging you. I clutched her phone tightly and tried to desperately hold back tears. I'll just have to set your phone on vibrate and use it. Rena-sensei, please help me. I'm not sure I can. My head was bowed before Rena-sensei, but she looked up at me with a troubled expression. Like I don't understand how you feel. If you understand, then please help. Please tell me how I can get in touch with Eris. We should tell me Eris-san. This was after I found Eris's phone in my room. I had given the matter much consideration. Without her phone in her possession, it was highly unlikely that she would contact me, which meant there was no other choice but for me to get in touch with her. I knew her Japanese address, but not her overseas address, which is why I had come to Rena-sensei for help. What did your homeroom teacher say? Tell me that she isn't allowed to give out a student's personal information under any circumstances. That's not surprising. St. Michael's has a number of students whose parents are celebrities or who own big corporations, so they're particularly strict about that. You understand, don't you? Yes, I do. That's precisely why I'm asking you for help. Right, since I had been the one to found the best couples, been the one to found the best couples event committee, even was our ringleader. She was sure to understand our relationships, each couple's love better than any of the other teachers. I understand if you can't, but if it ends up that I don't hear from Eris before graduation ceremony, then I couldn't help but trail off. I looked at the calendar hanging on the wall of the teacher's lounge. There was hardly any time left until graduation. At this rate, Eris. Wait here, you little butthole. I'm not a butthole! Huh? My sister stood up and went somewhere. After a few minutes, he passed me a slip of paper. Found out where Eris's address and phone number. Rena-sensei, this is... Shh! Quiet! She brought her fingers to her lips to silence me. I thanked her quietly. Thank you! Thank you so much, sensei! Keep this a secret from the other teachers. I'm not doing this as a teacher, I'm doing this as a former student of St. Michael's helping out a current one. Right. Right. I clutched the piece of paper and bowed once more from the door before leaving the teacher's lounge. Unfortunately, her favor ultimately did me no good. Using the piece of paper from Rena-sensei, I wrote a letter to Eris, but after a few days, I still hadn't received a reply. Yo, where did she go? You're not gonna... That's unreasonable. It takes at least 2 weeks for a reply to go and come back. As a last resort, I tried phoning her, but I wasn't able to get through. I had faith in Eris, but I was afraid of losing it. The day of the graduation ceremony was just ahead. Shizuku! Shizuku! Ah, I could hear someone calling me. It was very familiar. A voice I knew and loved. Shizuku, it's me! Hey, Shizuku! I turned to the voice, stretched out my hand, but I couldn't reach it. For some reason my legs were wobbly. Am I a newborn baby, dear? I had to get closer to that voice. Please, Shizuku, hurry up and notice me. It sounded longing. Yes, I knew that voice. Eris! When I sat up, the person I'd been longing to see was right in front of me. I'm back, Shizuku. Eris! Welcome home! Is this a dream? I wrapped my arms around her with tears in my eyes. Shizuku, I'm sorry for leaving you all alone this time. Don't be care. Don't be... What the fuck? Don't be care. I don't care as long as you're back. I'm sorry, Shizuku. I'm sorry. I also said I'm apologizing just as kind as ever. She returned my embrace. I'll never leave you again. I'll always be with you. I'm so glad. I've been waiting all this time. And Eris, I love you. I love you too, Shizuku. Tomorrow's the graduation ceremony. I know. Let's go. Together. Yes, together. 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 Eris! I opened my eyes to find my familiar room. Dream. It was all a dream. I dreamt Eris had come home. She embraced me, made love to me. Wow, that was a long dream. I missed that part. I dreamed that I fulfilled all my wishes. We weren't going to be attending the graduation ceremony together. I couldn't even get in touch with her. I'm so confused. I can't believe what's happening right now. Eris! The moment I took her phone in my hand, the tears began to fall. If I kept crying like this, my eyes would become swollen. Everyone would be worried about me, but I couldn't stop. Eris, you fool! You idiot! Please come home, I begged her. I begged and I pleaded and I shouldn't and calmed. Alright, I'm gonna end it here because this seems like a good stopping point. Seeing as Eris is not back, I'm assuming we have at least a little bit longer. Hopefully another half hour or 20-25 minutes. But I also don't know either. I really should just finish this right now. But I'm not. We're gonna leave it on a cliffhanger. But anyways, thank you for watching. If there's anything that you believe I could work on, please comment down below. And if not, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.